Hey there, viewer. I'm back playing some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Last time, we successfully survived our third glow season, which makes us officially 13 years old. I haven't gotten much further than this in my previous aborted playthrough of this game, but I do remember that sometime soon we're all going to graduate from looking like children into proper teenagers. That's gonna happen either this year or the next one. So, let's see what this year has in store for us, shall we? You and Anemone are playing in the garrison yard with sticks, chasing each other around and pretending to be sword fighting. The adults training nearby are patient with you as long as you don't get near the target dummies, but sometimes you stray too close. Watch out, Annie, one of the security personnel calls out as Anemone bumps into her. You kids stay behind the fences, okay? It's Anemone, she retorts as we both retreat to a safe distance. Anemone throws her stick to the ground and pouts. Just cause everyone else shortens their name, it doesn't mean I have to do it. I like being Anemone. But having a nickname is kinda cool and mysterious. Like having a call sign, you know. What would you call me, Soul? Well, what's wrong with Annie? Sounds like a normal Earth name. No, Anemone whines, dragging her hands down her face. Anne is my mom's name, and she's always calling me Little Annie, like the kid from the Hollow-Weeds, and I hate it. Please don't pick that. Well, okay, if you're feeling so strongly about it. Anemone sighs in relief. Well, I don't know. I think just Anemone is fine. Anemone's tentative smile widens. That's what I'm always saying, she exclaims. It's a perfect name all by itself. I don't need a nickname to be cool, right? We all got such cool names in the first place. Aww, cute. Anemone picks up her discarded stick. Now, she says, brandishing at you. Prepare to be defeated by the mighty Anemone. You spend the next hour sparring with Anemone in the yard. She's a little gremlin. I love her very much. Oh, hey Kel. You catch Kel at the gate to the gardens. He's carrying a big bucket of rocks. Hi, Soul, he exclaims. He pauses to pat your pet on the head. And hello to you too, Ricky. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you there's a new park near Geoponics now, Kel says. We can run around all we want, and nobody will say we're trampling the fields. You should come play there sometime. And bring Ricky, they'll love it. We unlocked relaxing in the park in Geoponics. Oh, that's right. I was wondering where we would find the park. Let's unequip this doll and equip our pet. We're gonna need to bring up organization, I think, to unlock new slots for gear. I think at least one would be nice to have. But what I wanted the gardens for is that we do have the pets perk, where we can upgrade the pet cards in the park. So this is where it is. Okay. And we do have the biology to get some more serious farming work. You look at him, so cute. So, what should we do? We do have this heroic buff. That's gonna last all quiet season. I think we should be using that. We're not particularly close to any milestones here. Let's see what we got here. No, I think I'm just gonna see over here. Let's apply to work as a farmer. You ask your mom if they're still looking for people for that farming job. Sure, kiddo, she tells you. That is, assuming you've been studying up on your biology. School comes first. Oh yeah, I am ready. Your mom claps you on the back. Oof, she's just as strong as she looks. Great, she says. Come see me in geoponics when you're ready to start. It will be more fun than wheeling dirt around, I promise. Well, given your definition of fun. Let's see, farm work needs a whole bunch of biology and toughness. Sure, I can go 1 month with it. It's a proud day for your mom. You're finally following in her footsteps. She meets you at the gate to the gardens. Hello, Sprout, she says, sounding chipper. Come on, we've got a lot to cover before you'll be able to keep up with the rest of us. Finally, some real farming. Your mom shows you around the fields and the geoponics domes. You'll mostly be working in the fields with the heartier earth crops like the potatoes and the corn, as well as the native plants we've managed to cultivate. Wow, there are some native crops mixed in with the ones from Earth. Incredible. Well, I question the logic of planting whole different species next to each other, but what do I know? I'm not a farmer. You spend the rest of the day pulling weeds and watering plants. You're dirty up to your waist by the time you're finished, but it's good, honest work. You're proud to be able to do something that helps out the colony. Cal gives you a high five and invites you for a cool drink in the cafeteria. All the other agriculturists join you. Of all the places in the colony you've worked, geoponics is the most like a family. Maybe because they've always been your family, thanks to your mom and dad. Saul, can I get your help with something in the barn? Cal asks. You excuse yourself from planting and follow Cal. Okay, is it about socks? Yeah, it is. Something's wrong with socks, Cal says, closing the door behind you. She won't eat and she cries all the time. You look into Socks' crate. She's almost too big for it now, even curled up in a ball. She raises her head and peeps miserably at you, then curls even tighter, her bulbous antennae drooping. She looks paler, right? Cal says, coming up beside you. And she's always sleepy and cold. I don't know what to do. She won't eat leaves anymore, or anything else I bring her. Potatoes, corn, wheat, beans. She just chews them and spits them out. He points to the lid of the box. She's been chewing on her box too, he says. I'm worried she's going to chew her way out and escape while I'm not here. Cal rubs Socks under her chin, but she barely responds to his touch. You've been outside the walls, right, Saul? Have you ever seen any animals like Socks, full-grown ones? What do they eat? Well, I don't know. I don't think we have seen anything from around here. I'll look next time I'm surveying. Thank you, Saul, Cal says, sighing as he closes the box. I'm really worried. Well, the only thing pink that we have seen so far was that Manticore, and I seriously doubt that it's gonna be a young Manticore, but we'll see. Okay, since we have the pet, we get bonus to straights. Okay, and it's not enough. Only this way. Well, I would have liked the extra skill, but okay, this way also works. You wake to the sound of your parents arguing in hushed tones, clearly trying not to disturb you. You blink away the sleep from your eyes, eventually remembering, wait, isn't today your 13th birthday? Where's your birthday, Cuddles? Your parents always make a big deal about your birthday. You peek out through the privacy curtain on your bunk and listen in on their argument. You're being unreasonable, your mom says. Sol is a teenager now. You have to give him the opportunity to take calculated risks, or he'll start acting out. That's just what being a teenager is. Going off into the wilderness isn't a calculated risk, your dad replies. It's too dangerous. Yeah, about that. I have been going out for the better part of a year now. It's weird to hear your parents arguing. If they ever disagree, they sort it out quietly or go to mediation. This time, they sound really upset. It's unsettling. I think I should. They glance at you. Your mom holds up her hand to silence you and goes right back to talking. Geranium, she grates. You've said yourself that we need every person out there surveying for edible native plants. You're even going yourself. Why not our son? Your dad flails his hands helplessly. Because, Flulu, he's our son. It's our responsibility to keep him safe. You're not keeping anyone safe by coddling him. Your mom almost shouts, and your dad flinches in shock. Sol's survival depends on him understanding this planet we're living on, so you're not doing him or the colony any favors by pretending like that's not the case. Well, as it happens, I can't take care of myself. At least immediately outside. You point out that you saved Tammy's dad while sneaking out, so clearly that's proof you can handle yourself. I'm not sure that's the best point to bring up. Your dad's shoulders sag as he shakes his head. You barely even know what's out there, kiddo, he mutters. Well, that much is true. Your mom's fierce expression softens. Hey Sol, sorry. It's your birthday today, and here we are arguing like a pair of assholes. Happy birthday. They both give you a hug. We meant to order up from the canteen and have your usual birthday breakfast, but we got to talking about how Utopia's opened up positions in expeditions for kids 13 and older, and, well, that's you now. Oh, sweet. We get to explore further places. I suppose we'll have to let you spread your wings someday, your dad relents. I just feel better knowing you were safe here inside the colony walls. He gives your mom a faint smile. We decided early on to let you choose your own path in life, so if you want to join expeditions, we're behind you. Just be safe. Aww. They're just trying to look out for us. Anything pick-upable around? No, not today. So, what's up, Dad? You find your dad comparing some plant samples. When he sees you, he puts down the test tubes and gives you a big hug. "Kiddo," he exclaims, then kneels down to look you in the eye. "I've been thinking. I want to say I'm sorry your mom and I were arguing on your birthday. We disagree sometimes, just like every couple, but it's unfair that you had to see how the sausage, heh, how the sausage gets made." Well, I don't know if it was really that upsetting, but it never hurts to be emotionally open with your parents, you know? Your dad's face falls. "I know, I'm sorry, Gooseberry. Here, I hear the depot's open now. Go get yourself a piece of candy or something, on me." "Your mom and I talked it out," he continues. "We're both just really putting our everything into the farm right now, and it's making us kinda snappy. You don't have to worry about it, okay?" He squeezes you in a hug. "If you want to join Utopia's exploration team, just be careful. It's dangerous out there." "I'm vaguely aware. Thanks, Dad." Speaking of the depot, let's actually buy ourselves a birthday cake. There we go. It's gonna make a nice gift. If I knew anyone's birthday. Oh, there's so much that we don't know. It's a little strange how we have been living with all these people our entire lives, and yet we simply do not know anything about them. Oh well. I'm not even sure if that's a story and gameplay segregation thing, or if we just have been going with the flow our entire lives. Didn't really care to remember about people. Not sure. Let's see. We're getting pretty well with toughness. Sports ball also goes with bravery. That's pretty far from a key place. Let's see. You know what? It might be a waste of a month, but I actually want to go back to studying a little. Reasoning 5 for engineering. We have 3. Let's just keep going with life sciences a little longer. This week in biology class, you're learning about predators and prey. Chief Engineer Instance brings up a picture of a Hawkeye on the holo projector and asks, "What is this animal, and what does it do when it sees a predator?" Tank's hand shoots up. "They hop away very quickly. That's why we called it a Hawkeye." Instance shakes her head. "Tang, you should know better than that. Many prey animals run away from predators. What do only Hawkeyes do?" Tang blushes and looks down at her lap, mortified that she got a question wrong. Instance scans the class again. "Anyone else? Sol?" Well, They thump on the ground to warn others. We have observed that behavior out in the wild. You've seen hoppires out in the wild, and you know they're very communal animals. One wouldn't run away without warning the others first. Then they all hop away very quickly. Correct, Instance nods. Tang gives you an appraising look. Maybe she didn't expect this from you. Well, that's a little rude. But it is Tang, so we forgive her. Okay, I can make the goal. Can I make a straight somehow? No, because this one is logged. I'm afraid that's not gonna work. Well, good enough. Alright, final month of quiet. Quick sweep, nothing new. What's up, Tang? Tangent is standing still with her face held up to the sky, letting blue snowflakes land on her cheeks. They melt almost immediately. She doesn't move as you approach. After a minute, she winces and rubs her eyes. It stings, she says, because it's made of acid. Wait, it's snowing acid? Tang nods. The HoloNet entry says it isn't harmful. Freezes at 12 degrees Celsius and turns into tiny crystals that are so heavy they fall from the clouds. You can see them under a microscope. She sticks her tongue out and lets some of the flakes fall on it. It tastes kind of sour, but sweet, she observes. Fascinating. Tang pulls a sample jar out of her coat. We know what it's made of, but our understanding is incomplete, she says, and places the jar on an outcropping of rocks. The big mushrooms changed in shape and color before the snow began to fall. I wonder, is there some sort of signal that precedes the changing of the seasons? What happens if I expose samples collected in dust season to snow from quiet season? A small excited smile creeps across Tang's face. There's so much to learn about this planet. I can't wait. You and your brother are so much alike. I'm not sure she's gonna like hearing that. Tang narrows her eyes. Yes, we used to get that a lot, she says. I guess it's still true, if you think sneaking out of the colony is the same as valid scientific research. She frowns at you. He's so dumb, she mutters and shoves her hands under her arms. He only cares about feelings, especially his own. I mean, yeah, but what do you want? He's 13, same as us. He's allowed to think of his own feelings, especially with the way everyone else seems to be neglecting him. 65 stress. I kinda want to spend pollen season going outside. So how about we preemptively relax a little bit? You and Kel walk through the park, a special place set aside for growing ornamental plants from Earth. It was grown from a precious seed bank, preserved for over 20 years aboard the stratospheric, before your mother started planting them here on Vertamna. Almost nothing here is grown for food, though many of them are technically edible. It's so green here, Cal says, stopping to smell a bush of fist-sized red flowers with velvety petals. Wow, they smell so sweet. It's so peaceful. Cal breathed deep, a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places in the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant. One pretty white flower in particular is flourishing here. The Astrantia, your mother's favorite. It seems to be growing faster than even native plants do, covering the paths and bluffs with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places just to make sure you don't crush any. Good thing it's so beautiful. Okay, and we have the chance to forget. Let's do it with the first words. Yeah, this was our first words. Alright. Did you get upgraded? No, somehow you didn't get upgraded. I call bullshit on that. Well, maybe that's an option that we didn't have last time. Not to worry. I shall upgrade you yet, my faithful companion. How you doing, Dad? Your dad was sniffling and sneezing pretty bad this morning. He collapsed about this time last year, so you've been feeling anxious about his health, especially now that the pollen is back. He's working hard in the fields, respirator hanging from his neck, as he grunts and shovels dirt into a wheelbarrow. He sees you coming and stands up straight, coughing a little as he stretches his back. Hey kiddo, what brings you out here? Dude, you almost died last year. You have to wear your respirator. Your dad makes blah 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 motions with his hand. I do, don't look at me like that. I'm just getting some fresh air. It's hard to breathe with that thing on. Yeah, and it's even harder when your lungs are full of pollen, so what is your point? I'm racing to get these pixie beans in the ground, he continues. We're all set to have a great harvest in time for Vertumnalia. He leans on his shovel, tucking one foot behind the other and rocking back and forth. Truth is, I've been working like a dog. I'd love to get out of here for a while. Hey, what do you say you and I go for a little walk? He says, brightening. I know you don't get outside the walls much either. I beg to differ. But we could do a little nature walk. I study all the plants the foragers bring back, but I've never really seen them in the wild. You, outside. Are you sure that's a good idea, dude? Sure, your dad says. People can want to try new things, right? Your mom doesn't see the draw, he continues, flipping his shovel up onto his shoulder and picking his way carefully out of the turned fields. She likes what she can control, you know? But there's a whole planet out there, and I want to go explore. And you're gonna drop? He stops and doubles over, suddenly ragged with a coughing fit that makes him unable to speak. He tries a few times to catch his breath, but each time he just starts coughing harder. The pink pollen in the air swirls and eddies around you both. Yeah, I think not. Letting you outside now would just kill you. Oh, you're dead wheezes. You're just like Instance, that old stick in the mud. I remember when we were younger, she was always walking around with her nose in everyone's business. She always thinks she knows what's best for people. Despite his brave words, he has to hold on to you for balance as he catches his breath again. Yeah, and you wanted to go outside. Okay, maybe now's not the best time, he gasps, finally putting his respirator back on. But you and me, we have a date with the outside world, kiddo. I'm taking a rain check. Oh, he says, his eyes red-rimmed and streaming from irritation. I can't wait until Instance figures out a treatment for this shimmer thing. She says maybe next year, maybe the one after that. I'm gonna be first in line, you bet. I really hope we get to cure it. Okay, and now it's time to go outside. Oh, we can actually go out here a little bit. Okay, this is a nearby place. And now we can go survey the plains. Gives a whole bunch of perception. Would be perfect. I wonder what happens when I get a skill up to maximum. If maybe I just automatically win every check. We'll see. Ooh, pretty. The prosaic plains. There's a whole bunch of water all around. I wonder if there are any hot springs. When you boarded the expedition's autobus this morning, you didn't know what to expect. It trundled you and the other surveyors a few clicks north to the prosaic plains, a high flat area with cooler weather than your colony. You could barely control your excitement as you watched the landscape change. And now you're here. You're finally old enough for a real survey mission away from the colony. Oh, we got a blast cutter. Unfortunately, it's a gear too, so we cannot equip it. Along with our pet. But I would very much like that. You greet Chief Surveyor Utopia at the depot. This here's a blast cutter, she says, handing you one. It's a tool for cutting and heating things. You can use it to make a fire, cauterize a wound, boil water, and it cuts some materials pretty alright. You can use it for self-defense too, but I don't suggest it. Are we gonna be in danger? She makes a so-so motion with her hand. This is a quiet area, and what we're doing, we're not supposed to be in danger. We're just gonna be taking notes and pictures, keeping track of all the flora and fauna we see. Just don't touch anything, unless I ask you to take a sample. Everything is potentially dangerous. We don't know much about what's out there, which is why we need surveyors, even young ones like you. That's fair? The prosaic plains are a sparse region. Like you can assume from the name, you can see things from a long way off. Utopia sees you squinting at the horizon. And what are you gonna do if you see something coming for you? Well, obviously we're gonna try to pet it. Utopia puts her fingers to her temples. I'm going to hope you were joking, she sighs. This joins you. He must have come on an earlier autobus. Ah, good, you're here, Utopia says, digging out another blast cutter for this. You two greenhorns are with me for the foreseeable. Now, we don't gonna sniff each other's butts all the time out there, but I do expect you to be in yelling distance. Comms can get spotty out there. You and Dees share knowing glances. You've both been sneaking out to explore long before you were officially allowed to. Yeah, we know a thing or two. But that's only in the immediate vicinity of the colony. So technically, we think here is good advice. Utopia also hands you a surveying drone and shows you how to launch it. It will automatically perform local scans of wherever you go, though detailed scans still need to be done manually. When you return here to the depot, it will upload its findings to the HoloNet. Your job is to cover ground, see what's out there, and so long as it isn't dangerous, record it. She slaps you on the back. Alright, team, don't get yourselves killed out there, okay? Sweet. Now we get to explore. It would have been nice, since we're told that we have a surveyor drone now. There was a little minimap or something that would get filled as we continue moving. But that's just me. So, what do we have here? Drifts of spark snow make this area hard to pass through. Your feet keep sinking into it, and you have to work to get them free with every step. The only way forward here is through an especially deep area. Here we can take a break, play around in the snow, shovel it out of the way, or find a way around it. I have a feeling shoveling would take us more stress. Yeah, let's not tire ourselves out immediately after getting here. Oh. Well, looks like we don't really have a choice. Shoveling it is then. You actually don't have a shovel with you. Oh. But you find a bush you can sort of use like a broom to sweep the snow out of the way. The spark snow is lighter and fluffier than you were expecting. Whacking it with your bush causes showers of pretty sparks and tiny popping noises. It takes ages to clear the path, but it's oddly satisfying. Hopefully the next surveyor through will appreciate your hard work. Or the snow comes back. Who knows? Ooh, what are you? Some kind of turtle. Tortoise? You almost bump into this. He's being so still and quiet, hunched over and looking down. Little knoll. He shushes you and points. Don't scare them. You follow his finger and see what looks like a bush shaking violently. Two bushes, actually, at opposite ends of a clearing. They're bush bobs, he says, fighting over territory. You look more closely through your holoculars. Oh, those boulders are alive. Okay, so how do you know what they are? This is the first time we've been here. This shrugs. If you're quiet, you see them a lot. You watch the two creatures face off, rhythmically rustling the leaves that grow out of their heads and backs. Their gangly branch-like antennae swing over their heads as they rear up to their full heights. Even from far away, they look imposing, like agile boulders. Nice. One goes, then the other. They watch each other carefully, alternating and repeating the other's motions, trying to outdo each other. Ultimately, the smaller, more graceful one seems to be declared the winner. The loser plops back down and shuffles away into the jungle, defeated. Okay, which one do we take now? Let's go with this one. You stop to watch a herd of shaggy, purple-furred animals slowly meander down a slope. You've never seen them before. Let's study them. +1 to physical cards. One slot gets a +1. Okay, we can't really make any sort of straight around here. At this point anyway. So let's do this for the first round. Okay, we got a 4, a 5 and a 6. Okay, that's already a straight. And maybe just get this one out of the way. Wow, Soaks gets a hole. +4 here. Amazing. Oh, super cool. Extra perception. We're slowly getting there. Wow, best score was 30. I have no idea how. The creature's fur is like grass, so they must be a kind of photosynths. An animal that gets part of their energy from the sun. They couldn't be arborescent photosynths, bushbubs, because they've got branches growing out of their heads and backs. You check your survey journal. It says bushbubs are common here, but they're smaller solitary creatures. So, nope. And they're too small to be balneal photosynths, who don't usually leave the water. Which means we found a new species. Maybe. That would be cool. You decide to name them just in case. You look at them through your holoculars at maximum zoom. You can kind of make out that they have super long jaws, like a huge underbite. You name this species. Well, they were traveling in packs, right? So maybe herding Sunbiter. Sounds like a pretty dope name. Naming things is hard, so herding Sunbiter will have to do. You log your discovery. And the adults are probably gonna name it another thing. Something that they like more. Yoink. One of your jobs as a surveyor is to document the flora and fauna through photographs. You've spotted a small animal in the crook of a tree. It's so perfectly camouflaged, you can only really see it when it breathes. You've got a camera built into your holopalm, but it's not equipped to capture difficult shots like this. You'll need to put in the work. Okay, we can do a perception challenge. to find a good angle or an animal's challenge to get close. I kinda wanna go all out on perception. And once it's maxed out, that would be one less skill to worry about. Let's do it. 5 kudos if total equals goal. I don't really have too much a use for kudos at this point anyway. Let's do it like this. Round 1. Bunch of 2s and 3s. Let's do it like this. The super goal is 1 more perception. Oh, wow. Straight of 3 is worth 4 points. The straight of 4 is 7. Yeah, straights are pretty powerful. They're just really hard to make. Okay. Another 3 perception. Plus 2 more. Oh, wow. We got 9 perception. In a single event. I like it. You climb up a tree and get an angle from above, not disturbing your subject. It comes out great. Very avant-garde. Utopia is glad for the shot. Okay, 70 stress. So ideally, we have enough juice in the tank for 2 more. I don't like the likes of this one. Let's go with you then. You're crossing a clearing when you hear a terrible cracking, pounding sound. Bushba bursts through the tree line, barreling straight towards you. Whatever's making a bushbub run, you're pretty sure you don't want to be on the business end of it. Well, maybe it's just running up to us to signal its territory. Let's stand our ground. almost perfect. The creature pounds past you, its powerful stone-like gorilla arms smashing the ground. It doesn't even seem to see you, and goes around you without even looking at you. You look around, but there is no sign of whatever motivated the bushbub to run so fast. At least that's something to be grateful about, I say. Okay, one more event. Let's not put off the main one then. Whatever it is a pretty conspicuous dead end. I hope nothing's gonna jump out to hurt us, let's say. You spy a creature that kind of reminds you of Cal's illicit pet socks. A dilly pillar, maybe, except it's huge, really, really long, like as long as the stratospheric. Enormous. Could it be the same? You aren't totally sure. You watch it using your holoculars. So far in the distance, it looks like a train crawling along one of the great cliffs along the resting ridges to the west. It crawls down the cliff face toward the Great Plains not far from you. Can we get close enough? The dilly pillar totally ignores you. Up close, it seems even bigger, definitely longer than even a spaceship. It moves slowly, and you take care not to accidentally get in its way. It sniffs around the base of the cliff for a long time. The cliff is made of sparkling, iridescent rock, almost the same shimmer as the dilly pillar's scales. Pretty. As you're admiring it, the dilly pillar starts to eat the rocks. It's grinding them down effortlessly with its enormous molars. When it leaves again, you fill your pockets with the strange glittery stones. Better bring these to Cal. Alright, looks like we found the diet that little sock needs. And now we got no choice but to take a rest. Quick sweep around. Hey Cal, I have the solution. You find Cal and excitedly drag him to the barn where he keeps his pet dilly pillar. I figured out what she eats. Rocks. You tell Cal about the dilly pillar you saw in the plains. She's really gonna get that big, Cal breathes. He looks as worried as you feel. Well, if you can keep her, maybe she can be used as transportation. That would be nice. Cal hesitantly places the rocks before her. She takes one in her delicate little forepaws, nibbles on it, and then shoves it in her mouth. She drills and runs around in a circle, waving her paws for more. It worked, Cal crows, giving you a big hug. Thank you, Soul. You saved socks. Only the day's work, my friend. Now, let's do a relax. You're a cute boy. Girl, thing. Tentacle, mushroom, spider, whatever. You play with your Vriki, hanging out with them just outside the walls. It's uneventful, which is exactly what you needed. You try to teach them some simple commands. Stay, follow, speak. It's adorable watching them tilt their head from side to side when they're trying to figure something out. They don't seem to really get it, but you get the impression they're trying. You quickly realize the Vriki must be named after the sound they make when they're happy. A whirring, clicking noise. For a weird spider tentacle creature, it's really cute. Got +1 bond. I think it's the big old eyes and the cute mouth. Or maybe just because it's pink. forget. Our earliest card. You're getting older. It's that magical time in your life, full of discoveries and possibilities, when children become adults and their bodies change in weird, wonderful, and often embarrassing ways. When you were younger, congruence gave your class a frank presentation about preparing for the changes your bodies would experience in the next few years. Which parts of the presentation was relevant to you? Well, this is relevant. Because technically, you just set your gender on a slider. And there is no bearing to it otherwise. But since I'm on the male setting, obviously, we're gonna be worried about that. You and your friends giggled your way through Congruence's presentation and left with a new appreciation for the wonders of the human body. Puberty had felt like something that would happen so far in the future that it didn't apply to you. You put it out of your mind, even as you noticed Cal's voice begin to drop, or Mars starting to dress differently. Well, okay, but that's Mars. Until one morning, you wake up and something feels different. You just know something's off as soon as you open your eyes. Things are squelchier than you expect them to be down there. You were having an exciting dream and then something happened, but you can already barely remember it. Yeah, that happens. You just want to close your eyes again. You remember Congruence's sexual education classes, and you're really not ready for their real-world practical applications. After a few minutes, you sigh and muster up the courage to look under your blankets. Yeah, that's a thing. Indeed, but it is part of us, and so we have to deal with it. You wait for your parents to leave for work, calling out to you that you're going to miss breakfast if you lie around in bed. When you're sure they're gone, you carefully strip the sheets on your bed and stuff them into the recycler. You put in a requisition for new sheets from the depot and continue on with your day. Well, that's a touch excessive, don't you think? I mean, surely there's a washing machine somewhere, right? They don't just burn everything and buy new ones. That would be weird. That night, you find your dad waiting for you. Oh, it's the talk, huh? He's pulled your privacy curtain back to show your strip bed and looks up with a knowing smile when you enter holding new sheets. He laughs, putting on an exaggerated detective impression. Now, I can only think of one reason why a teenager suddenly cares about doing his own laundry. He points at you and exclaims, "By Jove, I think I've got it. What's up, Sol? Got something to share with your old man?" You can feel your face getting red as you ignore him and make your bed, but it doesn't stop him. Oh, kiddo, it's okay to feel a little wet behind the ears. You retreat into your bunk and slam the privacy curtain closed so you can't hear him make any more jokes. He's so embarrassing. Well, he is. But he is doing his best to exercise his rights as a dad. So there's also that. Gait status hormones. Yeah, that's also a thing. Teenage hormones are making you brave and rebellious. Rebellion increases tripled. Oh, we need to be careful then, huh? We're gonna go full rebels. Immediately after hitting puberty. What is happening? You feel on the edge today, like everything that happens feels so unfair and tragic. Like you want to punch stuff and then cry about it. Like you want to be left alone, but you also desperately want attention. It feels like a fount of new energy is starting to bubble up inside you. Dangerous, uncontrollable energy. Welcome to puberty, soul. Okay, and it looks like we are getting there. It's gonna take a little while for the changes to finalize, but possibly by the end of the year, we are going to graduate from this childlike form, become full-fledged teenagers, but that will have to wait until next time. I'm gonna stop here. Thank you for watching. If you like this story, then please give the video a like, and as always, I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves and have a nice day.